Okay, tell me where we're at.
So we're at Ochi Gallery at my show titled The Company We Keep. I named the show The Company We Keep because it relates to the relationships, friendships, mentorships, people that have come into my life and people that I've chosen to keep them in relationship in the journey that I'm on. They've been super vital to my growth as a person, as an artist, and just as a genuine human being.
So tell me about some of the pieces around you.
Most of these pieces are vessels that contain multiple groups of friends hanging out. Some of them are set in like the year that we're in, and some of them are set in the future. Some of these with like the futuristic visors and the more futuristic wardrobes are maybe far off and not this present day.
So the style of your characters is pretty recognizable. How did you come to sort of the style of how you make your characters?
So I came into these characters by just constantly drawing women, and I ended up realizing that I was drawing a lot of my friends. I just try to capture their essence in my drawings, which then relate to the sculptures later on.
What are some of the qualities some of those women have?
A lot of the qualities on these characters have like really dramatic eye makeup, really colorful clothing, a lot of pattern work, and that's all been just developed throughout the years of like constantly making up their wardrobe and evolving throughout the time that I've been making artwork, from illustrations to all the way down to ceramics now.
So tell me about how you got into art to begin with.
I got into art at the age of 17. I was really interested in graffiti, in stencil making, and I was going to a lot of punk shows at the time. I was just really intrigued by these people who would just make things, and so I decided that I wanted to make my own set of, like, my own world of characters and all of that, and just kind of get into it. So my first artwork was like painting and stencils, and so I put all these stencils up in my wall at some point and made a bunch of paintings and just really got into drawing.
When did you start doing sculpture?
Sculpture I started doing in 2016. I decided to go back to school and finish my undergrad degree, or just kind of get a hold of that, and I found ceramics again, and I found a place where I could combine my illustrations and my ceramics together, and it just felt like it was the perfect match.
So tell me about the earrings.
A lot of the earrings that are on here have different sayings, whether it's like mija or chula or signs that tell people to stay away from them. They straight up will say go away. And it's just part of like my culture growing up. A lot of Mexican American women or Chicanas grew up wearing these like gold-plated earrings, and it's just like a really important aspect of our culture. And to me, they're a sign of like resistance. There was just so much pushback to Mexican Americans back in the day, and so I think this reserving our fashion and our culture and what we stand for and who we are and who we represent was very important to me.
Who are some of your inspirations?
Okay, so they're scattered all over the place. I have painters, authors, other artists, and one off the top is Margaret Kilgallen. Other people off the top is like Deanna Templeton. We have other ceramic artists like my close friends, the Jimenez twins, Sujin. There's just so many people to name, but a lot of women who have just created this world for themselves, like their own personal world that they're so willing to share with the world.
Is there anyone else you want to shout out?
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to Rat Chicks in New York, beautiful, amazing ceramic artist, and I've just been really appreciative of her mentorship throughout the years, as well as Amy Santoferrero. She is also a ceramic artist who is teaching here in the LA County.
Tell me how we know each other.
So we know each other through Instagram. You followed me through the Bray, and then, we actually met in real life and we got in contact with the Jimenez twins, and it's just been a really funny bubble of friends that have come together and collided in the past like few years.